Good. You gotta calm down, baby. Good. Off. Good. Charlie, come. Sit. Sit. Good. Good. Yep. Good. Charlie, come. Good. Sit. Lay down. Good. Good. Lay down. Lay down. Good. Making sure she's holding that lay down before I give the reward. Not rewarding the going down, but holding that lay down. Yes. Lay down. Good. So it's pulling my hand away. Lay down. Lay down. Good. So when she's super excited like this, I don't want to move at her pace. I want to move at the pace where I want her to be at. So moving slow and waiting for her to think about, good. Charlie, come. Waiting for her to think about what I want her to do next. And she can't hold a stay for 3 seconds or a lay down for 3 seconds. She's not going to be able to hold a stay for 3 steps back. Sit. Sit. Good. Good. So with stay, you want to practice not just distance, but also duration. Can she hold the duration of the stay or the position first before I even take a step back? So having her sit, wait a couple of seconds, and then reward. Off. Sit. Good. Charlie, come. Yay. Uh-oh. Calm down. Lay down. Charlie. Good. Lay down. Good. Good girl. Very good girl. One more time. Charlie. Lay down. Good. Charlie. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Good. Yes. Very good girl. Very good girl. Very good. Very good. Good. Sit. Stay. Sit. Stay. Nope. So I want her to hold the position even when I come back to her. So I want to make sure I'm rewarding exactly what I'm asking of her. So if I take a step back and I come back, she should still stay in that sit. Off. Sit. Good. Stay. Sit. Good. Stay. Sit. Sit. So just one step is too much for her right now, right? So what I want to do is go back to that duration. Sit. Yes. Stay. Nope. Sit. Good. Stay. Sit. I know this is so hard, Miss Charlie. You can do it. Let's try lay down. Ready? Lay down. Good. All the way. Yes, ma'am. Stay. Nope. Lay down. All the way. Good. Lay down. Sit. Sit. I know you're getting frustrated. You can do it. Yes. Sit. Good. Nope. Lay down. Good. Lay down. Very good. Lay down. Charlie, lay down. Good. Yes. So right now she's not ready for the word stay. How we know that is she can't hold a sit or a lay down for longer than 3 seconds without popping right back up. So biggest thing that we need to practice is when she's at this high level of energy, redirecting her focus to what she's supposed to do, right? You can tell when she gets frustrated, she just kind of jumps and say, look at me, pet me instead. We want to ignore all of that behavior. She's super cute, but she's smart. She knows what she's supposed to do. And so one thing is that we're more stubborn than the dog. And so ask her to sit, get that sit, and reward in the sit, right? When she lays down, reward in the lay down. Don't reward when she pops right back up, because then she's not focusing and understanding I'm rewarding for the position. She thinks I'm rewarding for her popping up out of the position. So don't use the word stay just yet. Let's kind of back up and reward her for being in the position for a longer period of time before we can start, walking backwards, right? Obviously, with her being calm versus her being super excited, it's a little bit different. Her focus level is a little bit different, but however, it's the same command. And so we want to be sure that she understands the command is the same no matter what's going on. Off. Thank you. Good. Ready? You sit. Good. Yes, Charlie. Very good. Charlie, you lay down. Good. Yes, very good. So I want to show you my hands when I ask her to lay down. Charlie, lay down. Charlie, lay down. Good. I'm pulling my hands back and then coming back to reward to make sure she knows I'm rewarding for that lay down. Good. Good. And not rewarding for her popping back up. Very good, girl. Very good, girl. Yes. Very good, girl. Sit. Off. Charlie, sit. Come on, girl. We've been doing this for 2 minutes. You can do it. Sit. Sit. Charlie. Sit. Good. So eventually we'd want her to be able to sit and stay while the door opens, but small steps. Okay, so we have her on a slip lead. I recommend doing a slip lead because it's going to give you a lot more control over the top of the head versus with the collar. The collars can slip down. So I have her on a high-up slip lead. This is also what we use during our group walks. And it doesn't matter what side you want to walk her on. What I'm going to do is first teach her each correction, right? The moment that she pulls forward, I go the other way. Pulling is she wants to go wherever she wants to go. So making sure that we're not following her. Over time, as she understands this rule, the less the pulling becomes, despite if she's pulling towards something, right? So I'm going to go to the edge of the leash. I'm going to take a step forward. Good. I'm constantly verbally rewarding her. Good. And the moment she pulls, I pull the opposite direction. Right? Charley, good. Yes. Good. If she gives me any eye contact, yes, I'm gonna reward for that. I wanna make sure she understands I like eye contact, I like the eyes on me. So at the very beginning, when you first take a step out of your house, you're going to get kind of some overstimulation. The difference between inside the house versus outside is humongous. So we want to make sure that we're going to give her some time to kind of adjust or readjust to the outdoors, especially if you have a lot of distractions. So like right now we have some construction going on around the other houses. And so I'm going to give her a second of me just kind of standing in the front, sniffing around, looking around, and then we want to start our walks. If I immediately start a walk right at the jump of standing out of the door, that's when you're going to get less of her attention on you and more distractedness from her. Okay? Charley. Good. Good. Let's go. Good. Yes.
The other thing with the request details, if I don't know if you're experiencing this, but
important getting her to make the choice, or giving her the opportunity to make a good choice, right? But also setting her up for success. So I saw at the door, she was super excited. She wanted to run straight out the door. If she's running and she's super excited and I open the front door and then we start our walk, we're already kind of starting on a bad note, right? So we want to make sure that we have her attention and the control at the very beginning, right when the leash goes on, before we even take a step outside. And so right when we put the leash on, give her a second to calm down again. We get to the front door or the garage or wherever we're coming out of, have her sit, even if it takes 2 minutes, get a sit and then open the door. Eventually our end goal would be her sitting and staying while the door opens, and then we invite her out, but obviously that's going to be down the line. But at first, getting her to sit and then us being able to open the door, coming outside, allowing her to sniff around right in the front of your area, right? That also will give her the chance to go potty, so she's not pulling you to go to the grass, pulling you to go potty, but giving her about 2 to 3 minutes in the front of the yard, so that way she can sniff around, get acclimated to the area that she's at. You can also see the distractions, plan what route you're going on, and then take your first step. With your leash, it's really important to not give her too much freedom at the beginning. Think about it, with the leash, freedom is earned, right? So the freedom of having a longer leash. So biggest recommendation, having the loop around your wrist, and then giving her, starting off, maybe about 2 to 3 feet of the leash, right? Then as the walk is going and she's not pulling, you can slowly give her more and more leash to where the end, if she's doing great, you can walk at the end. The moment that she messes up, the leash goes back to being short, right? So that way, 1, you have a little bit more of control, and then 2, she understands that her reward is getting to go and sniff the grass, right? If you know that you left the house and she already pottied, or she pottied in the front yard, there's no reason for her to go around and sniffing the yards, especially if she doesn't need to go to the restroom. And so focusing on her attention. Biggest thing as well is you don't want to have a quiet walk. If you have a quiet walk, you're leaving the dog up to their own accord, right? She starts crying, she starts pulling, she sees things, versus if I'm like, Charlie, good girl, very good. I'm rewarding for the things that I like to see. I like the eye contact. I like her walking nicely, so I'm going to continuously reward that, and you'll see that continuously happening. She likes that verbal, praise, so use that to your advantage. Just saying good girl, saying yes, saying good, so that way she understands what you like and what you want her to continue. And then if you have treats, you can use her kibble as well if it's around dinner time, right? Using her kibble as a reward while on the walk, so that way you're still feeding her but not feeding her just snacks. Especially around distractions, don't fray away from the distraction, right? But give her enough space where she can still have a distraction of seeing a person. You can tell her leave it, she looks back at you and reward, and get her to sit. But at this point, I wouldn't recommend off. Thank you. I wouldn't recommend meeting other dogs or other people on the leash, because she's way too excited, right? So if a person's in front of me and I let her go and pull towards that person, that's still leash pulling. She's no longer focusing on who's holding the leash. She's focusing on who's front. Eventually, we can, get her to the point to where she sees a person and she sits first, asking for that attention. That's what we want, right? And so if she's calm, right, and she's not pulling and you want her to go say hi, by all means do that. But if she's too excited, right, if she's trying to get towards someone by pulling, you don't want to reward that, right? With this behavior here, the whining, the barking, this is attention seeking. I want this, I want that. Same thing, I'm not going to give into it. I'm not going to let her pull, right? I'm just going to ignore that. Once she calms down, we're going to reset and do the same thing again, right? Let's go. Good girl. Thank you. Very nice. Charlie, come. Sit. Beautiful job. Beautiful job. We're not going in yet. Okay, so we're finishing up our training outside, and she's super excited to go in. So there's our pool, right? I'm not going to give in to that pool. I want to walk just as calmly as we did down the street, going back into the house, right? Very good. Can we fix your ear? Thank you. Charlie. Yes, let's go. So the moment she pulls, I'm going to tell her no. So you see how she's ready to run. The moment I take a step forward, she's only going to pull forward. This is the hardest part, especially when the dog is tired. You see his frustration come out, right? So even with her being frustrated, or even us being frustrated, we have to make sure we're setting a boundary. My boundary is we can walk nicely like we did down the street up into the front door. And just like with the front door, even if it takes 2-3 minutes, we got to take that time. No, we're not running. You can do it. Walk nicely. Nope. Good. Yes. Walk with me. Good girl. Beautiful job, Charlie. Good girl. Let's go. You almost had it. We're starting over. We're starting over. You almost did it. Ready? Charlie. Good. So you got that attention. Good girl. Walk with me. Very good. Very good girl. Thank you, ma'am. Yes. Good job, Charlie. Beautiful. Good girl. Can you sit? Sit. You can do it. What do you do? She's so excited. Sit. Charlie. Focus, girl. Sit. You could do it. Let's try again. Come on. You almost had it. I like that. So I want you to sit. All right, ready? Ready? Charlie. Good girl. Let's go. Walk nicely. Beautiful. Slow down. Thank you. Charlie. Very good. Come on. So there's that freedom. She lost the freedom of being on a long line. So I'm going to go shorter. Ready? She's getting tired. Charlie. Good. I know you see all the dogs barking. Good. Let's go. Good girl, Charlie. Yes. Good. Walk with me. Good girl. Good girl. Come on. Good, Charlie. Sit. Sit. Yay, Charlie. Good. Let's go. Thank you. Good girl.